Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek and welcome to 2022. Of course, these videos come out when they come out, but if you see it recorded later, you're like, well, why are you telling me what day it is? Well, it's Sunday, of course. And so for those of you who have been watching the videos, and if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content and you feel like you're learning something, there's a few more things that you can do to support the channel. And the easy stuff, the free stuff, is to go ahead and just, when you watch a video, hit the like button, share it with a friend, and if you want to, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you actually get to see the videos in order as they come out. That way, some of this stuff that's chronological makes a little more sense to you. And thanks for joining us. For those of you who also have been here a little while and didn't know, we do have memberships as well. If you want to support our efforts and time that we put into this, there are two different subscription levels, membership levels. The first is called Questionable Color, and it's pretty cheap, and for a couple extra bucks you can go to Environmental Damage. And the Questionable Color is just like a tip in the hat jar monthly. The Environmental Damage actually has extra videos. You get to see a whole lot more of me jabbering on about stuff, and some people have decided to do that, and God bless them, and pray for their souls. All right, also moving forward, just so you know, we've got, I've said I'm going to be at more coin shows this year. I'm not going to be at the ANA in Colorado in March. That is final, but I will take suggestions for any local show, especially if it's within maybe say a 6 or 7 hour, maybe up to a 10-hour drive from Tucson. So anyone who's anywhere from, Dallas, which is more like a 14-hour drive, but all the way up into parts of Utah, let me know if there are local 2-day shows that are worth going to. All right, this is a Q&A, so we're talking about stuff that's just local and meaningful to you. So I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, and here's one from Instagram. I'm on Instagram at TheCoinGeek, so you can follow me there. Love of Numismatics mentions that he's somewhere else in a different state and wants to know if he can get some coins graded. Yeah, I am happy to help get your coins graded for you. One of the things that I've had some people do is they have just sent the coins to me to review, and then I give them a call and we talk about the coins and figure out whether or not it's worth getting them certified. So anytime you want to have some coins looked at, you can send them my way. You know, you'll end up paying return shipping one way or the other, and we'll try to figure out if your coins are worth getting certified or not. You can always email us at staff@oldpueblocoin.com. I will tell you that you can follow me at TheCoinGeek on Instagram, and then you can DM me there. That means direct message. Somebody told me that. And I get to them once in a while. I'll be honest, on all of those fronts and accounts, I'm not on the DM as often as a lot of people are. I'm also not on the email as often as lots of other people are, just because of my other obligations. But I love getting your questions. And of course, as always, leaving comments on these videos is great, because that actually, if you want the other free way of helping, leaving comments in the videos helps. It helps the algorithm, and we all need a lot more algorithm. Let's do it. All right, next up, Andrew's asking, did the 3-cent fractional currency sheet have an A as well? So what he's referring to is the fact that some of the fractional currency notes that the U.S. made were printed in these sheets. This is a pattern of the sheet here, and you can see there's A's on certain notes, and they're showing where the A is located. So this is the Kravitz book, not the Lenny Kravitz book, although maybe he collected paper money too. I don't know. I never asked him. This book here, referring to the 3-cent. The 3-cent was a 1-year type. And Andrew, there's no reference in here to the sheets having block letters. So I'm going to assume that means it doesn't, because on all the other notes that have the block letters, it says so. So we're going to roll with that. All right, Nick says, it's funny to think that you guys are waiting 3 months to get your coins graded, and that you think that's taking forever. I've been waiting over a year to get my Pokemon cards back from PSA. So for those of you who don't know, PCGS, of course, one of the largest grading companies in the world when it comes to coins, actually was owned by a parent company called Collectors Universe, and who also owned a sister company called PSA. PSA is one of the biggest card certification companies in the world, and this last year, a year ago, some some guy who loves baseball cards bought out PSA. PSA actually had to stop taking submissions to try to get caught up. They just started taking submissions again. And that is just a big, fat, hairy deal over there. PCGS has been, for the last year or so, I want to say 3 months out on a lot of their returns when it comes to grading coins, unless you're sending stuff in the really expensive fast way. And NGC, who a year ago was about, I want to say 6 weeks out to 8 weeks out, is now 16 weeks out. They are a good 4 months on a lot of the submissions that I've sent in lately. It's just taken forever. We're working on a record, though. I think I've got one submission to PCGS that's been out for about 6 months. And I think we'll, when that comes back, we'll just mention that so you guys get a feel for it. But hopefully they'll get that caught up. I mean, PSA had to stop taking submissions. PCGS and NGC, I don't think, are anywhere near that right now. I do know that there was a combination of staffing problems, COVID, the whole everyone's getting behind on everything. Once you get behind on that, it's just a mountain of work. So unless you're going to let all of your employees work overtime, and I don't know that I want my coin graders working overtime. That's a whole lot of looking at coins. That's not going to help. It's not going to help any of my submissions. They're all going to come back bad. Okay, Ant Fry says, jealous of the Tidy House proclamation coins. A buddy makes Christmas ornaments with hold coins and has a whole tree full of them. Now this is fun. So hold coins, I like coins with holes in them. I mean, not for other reasons, but you can see these hanging up on the wall. If you come in the shop, I've got anything that's been made into jewelry or has a hole in it, I end up putting it up on the wall. And so the idea of using them as Christmas ornaments never really came to me, which is kind of ironic because the U.S. Mint actually makes Christmas ornaments, and they put coins into a Christmas ornament every year, which is something that I see once in a blue moon. But actually putting a hole in a coin and then putting them on a Christmas tree, you got to have one of those industrial strength trees to be able to hold the weight, though. So that's a cool idea. This is in response to the light up coins video that I did. I've got these coins from Marvel slash Fiji that light up to eat Rexornometer. To each his own, and numismatic collectibles are not new, but it's depressing to see this kind of stuff associated with numismatics. They belong with the other late night QVC rarities. Collecting anything is a highly personal pursuit, so that's just my ignorant opinion. Rexor, thanks for that. Yeah, I think, like I said in the video, I felt kind of stupid after I got them in. But hey, someone's going to like them. There's lots of things that we collect that's enjoyable. I think where the discussion becomes one where we can all kind of banter back and forth is whether or not you call something numismatic or you call it something else, right? Those ones are actual legal tender coin, so they are technically more numismatic than those Bitcoin coins that were made and PCGS made a huge deal about, which I got in a tizzy about, and some of you guys, came back at me pretty hard. Jim, also known as Jim Hawkins. Lots of fun looking at all of the different things. I wonder what people will be saying in 20 to 30 years from now about the outrageous prices for toned coins and etc. Cheers. Well, cheers, Jim. I appreciate that, also known as Jim Hawkins. I don't know. Like, a lot of people talk about that being a fad or a trend and trying to figure out which it is. Is this something that's going to be around a long time? Are those prices going to pull back eventually? Really nice toned coins in general are pretty scarce, so it's a matter of whether or not the demand side is going to end up dropping. I do think that there'll be a time when we'll look back and see guys that paid $500 for a toned coin that 5 or 6 years ago somebody would have paid $100 for. There's going to be a time when you look back at that like you looked at the housing market from 2007 and 2008, where you're like, wow, they were how much? The homes were how much, right? And I think you'll see that someday when you see these prices come around. I do think that you'll see them come down eventually, but right now that market is still white hot, ironically. So also, Jose says, I will never fall into those types of fads. types of fads. Toned coins now with a question mark, talking about the same topic. Those toned coins really is something that is a matter of taste. And so I've always been kind of in the middle on that, where I liked some toned coins and other toned coins not so much. I've never been a diehard one way or the other. For me though, it's a price point issue. So I'll like a type coin that's toned, and I'll be willing to pay a premium for it, but I'm not willing to pay 5 times as much for a coin just because it's toned. And I've tried buying a few really nicely toned coins from dealers at a really high premium and then trying to resell them, and it just didn't seem to work out for me. So it's not my favorite area to really put real money into. And I've always had the same advice on coins like this. If you can buy a coin that you like for the eye appeal and the price isn't that much of a premium, then go ahead and get it. You know, go ahead and jump on it. But these huge premiums, I'm with you guys. It's kind of hard for me to justify really, really high premiums. All right, guys, thanks for all of the questions. Continue to leave your comments. You can get a hold of me through direct message on Instagram. Also, you can email the shop at staff@oldpueblocoin.com. And thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Happy New Year. And we'll catch you next time. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button. You can learn more about memberships by clicking on Abraham Lincoln. And you can watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.